it's Lael with Lael by Mail. In this video, we're going to take a look at days 6 through 10 of my 2020 December daily album. In the description of the video down below, I have included a link to the flip through of days 1 through 5, as well as a flip through of the entire album, my foundation pages. So basically before I had started actually documenting the month of December, I've also included down below links to my last 4 years of completed albums as well. So as we move into the 6th, I did a little bit of documenting around some decorations around the house. And the album I'm using has pocket pages that are part of it. And I'm generally every year in my December daily albums, this is the 13th year that I've done it, I'm always using pocket pages just because that format is a really easy, I think, way to incorporate lots of good memories. And it's a little bit less, I think, pressure than trying to come up with a new design for an entire page every time. Now, I definitely mix things up, but for the 6th, I am using one of the pocket pages. And one of my favorite things to do with pocket pages is actually to use washi tape. So as you can see what I've done here, I have taken a strip of washi tape and just run it right along the kind of margin there of the pocket page. So it not only makes it decorative, but it also helps to reinforce those holes. Another one of my favorite things that does for me is that if I'm ever using pocket pages that maybe have a different hole configuration or an album that has a different hole configuration, I can just completely cover up all of the holes and then repunch based on the rings that I, depending on how many rings I have. So I've added just a little printable there from Carrie Bradford, some of the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage North Pole foam stickers, just to add a little bit of dimension. And then a little bit more of the decoration around the house. The last couple of years, I've been really into collecting bottle brush trees, and then also kind of moving over towards a little bit more of a neutral decor for the holidays. So that's what we have there. For the 7th, there is an ornament that has been floating around the internet, and this is the ornament. So that little Santa with the mask. Now I saw that ornament a couple of months ago, and thought, oh my gosh, it'll be perfect for our tree. I'm going to get that. I added it to cart and then completely forgot about it. So a couple weeks ago when I sat down to try to find that, not so easy to find anymore. Actually, not so easy to find the authentic version. There are a lot of knockoffs that apparently are not as nice as the original. So I used some 3x4 cards from In a Creative Bubble to create this little waterfall. So this is on its way to me, and I'm hoping that the one that I've purchased is authentic. It's made by Old World Christmas. So I'm really hoping that as soon as it gets here, it's just taking forever. I finally found it on eBay. So anyhow, I've used 3x4 cards from In a Creative Bubble and just created a little waterfall. So scored about a ½ inch from the top, applied adhesive on the back edge, and then I'm using these cards to tell my story. Of course, this is a year that we'll remember forever for COVID, right? So a little ornament there, doing a little bit of journaling there about the ornament, another little ornament, and wrapping up the journaling. Over here, I used some stickles. My very favorite color stickles to use is platinum or mercury glass. They're basically the same thing, but I'll pull that out. You can kind of see how that just gives it a really fun kind of shimmer. And that platinum or mercury glass is kind of a perfect mix between a silver and a gold. Pretty much, well, I'll say most of the products that I've used in putting my album together this year, I've also linked in the description of the video, so you can see what I'm using. And then some more of those super fun, nice and thick foam letters, or foam stickers. On the back side, so one of the things that I like to do is to collect holiday cards, because I never know where I might need a filler in my books. So I've used one for the 8th and also used another one for the 10th. This one I just have to show you. I loved this. It says, always jingle all the way. Nobody likes a half-assed jingler, right? Isn't that hilarious? So that's perfect there. On the 8th, I have documented our kitty cat. So our cat has taken up residence here right next to the tree. And this is where, since we put up the tree, he is liking to sleep most of the day away. So thought that would be fun to document. I just took a larger size photo and then added a gold number and then a little title over the top there. On the back side, I'm using another one of the In a Creative Bubble printables. I just love Geraldine's style, and it's so right up my alley. So I've used quite a bit this year in my December daily album. So I just did a little bit of journaling there, and then some Christmas label tape, and then some Christmas washi. On the 9th, I've actually taken a 6x8 pocket page and I trimmed off the top inch. And I did that because a lot of times I like to vary the widths and heights of the pages in my albums, because if you go with a 6x8 all the time, which is the size of the album, it starts to just get a little boring to me. So I like to switch things up. So trimmed that off with my trimmer and then added a smaller 6x8 paper. On the 9th, my mom came over and we Zoomed with a friend, and the friend was teaching us how to make coffee filter wreaths. So that's what the 9th was all about. And there's my mom in our kitchen as we're making the wreaths. Used lots of gold letters here just to kind of emphasize the make pretty things. So we move over to the back side. That is where I did my journaling. The back side of the 9th, and really the front of the 10th, I guess. Well, not really the front of the 10th, but this is a filler page. This is another case where I included one of the holiday cards or the Christmas cards that I've just been collecting over the years and popped that right there. So it's just a nice transition to the 10th. And the 10th, I'm really, really happy with how the 10th turned out. So the 10th is a two-page facing spread. There's been a lot of questions about this Christmas tree. So this Christmas tree, I wish I could take all the credit. It is actually, the base of the tree is a 6x8 paper from the Simple Vintage North Pole collection from Simple Stories. So it just, all of that kind of flat is part of the paper, which I just love. There's so many good things going on there. But because I hate to leave things flat, I decided to really jazz up that tree and decorate the tree a little bit more with some puffy foam stickers, some acrylic pieces, a couple of stickers, and then I'm adding a foam gold foiled 10 from Winter Cottage collection from Simple Stories as the tree trunk. So you can just kind of see I've even added a little bit of stickles, some Stardust stickles on all the little Santas, on the beard, just to kind of, again, give that a little bit more of shine. I love using stickles in my albums. So here we go on the left side of the page. And for the left side, what I've decided to document on the 10th, you know how on Facebook you receive those little messages that pop up and say, here's one of your memories. And in this case, there we go. I've clipped those with a little tiny paper clip. In this case, it was from 8 years ago, and a brunch that we did with some friends of ours, but my husband, our older son, me, and our younger son, 8 years ago. This was quite a while ago. Anyhow, that had popped up and I took a screenshot of it. So that's what you have, the screenshot from my phone that I printed out. And then I sent that to my husband and our two boys. And then I have the text thread going back and forth, and it was so funny. And our son, Sam, who's now 20, he was commenting that he looked like a little blueberry, which I thought was so fun. So anyhow, your memories that you're documenting during the month of December don't necessarily have to be memories from current years. Like this was a memory from 8 years ago in Christmas that I decided to incorporate into my album, and it worked well because it was a memory from 8 years ago, but then I also was doing a text thread that is current. That I have tucked right into a library pocket, and then used that acrylic piece is from Color Cast Designs. Jessica does beautiful work with her acrylics, so I will link that in the description down below. Just a little bit of journaling and a little bit of washi and some Christmas label tape. So there you have days 6 through 10 in my December daily 2020. I will be back in 5 or 6 days to share days 11 through 16 once we go through days 11 through 16. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.